Broadcasting live from downtown Canton, Ohio since 1925. WHBC AM Canton, a Digity property.
Pam and Gary on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Oh my goodness, I'm such a huge fan.
I know it's February, and a lot of you already have your W-2s and you're ready to file your taxes from last year, but there's a new IRS warning about a sophisticated phone scam.
Yeah, this is a crazy one, and that's why today on our WHBC Newsline we're bringing in tax expert and tax resolution specialist John DiLucci. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Pam. How are you doing today?
We're doing pretty well. You know, this is a scam that I think could confuse a lot of people. Why don't you explain exactly what this phone scam is right now?
Sure. What happens is people are getting calls from people saying, hello, I'm with the IRS, and you owe $752, and if you don't send a certified check to the following address, then we're going to send the police to arrest you, or some sort of similar threat.
Yes, and I got one of those. And
Really?
it is a mean voice.
Yes.
It's a mean, scary voice.
Yes, it is. And believe it or not, I got one of those, too.
So do you just ignore it? What do you do? What's the best way to avoid that?
The best thing, really, is just hang up. And if you have any doubt at all, if you think maybe I do have an issue with the IRS, still hang up and just call the IRS. It's 800-829-1040.
Oh, that's easy. 1040.
Yeah.
800-829-1040 if you have any questions.
Yes.
So once they hook you up, I mean, are there people that are actually falling for this?
Oh gosh, there are people that are falling for it all over the place, and unfortunately, like many other scams, they're preying on the people who either are older, are new to our country, or just less educated, or for whatever reason are just petrified of the IRS, and will do whatever they can just to get rid of the situation.
All right. Well, if there have to be other scams out there as well. We know that this is the one that's been kind of prevalent lately and has been kind of scary. But what else should consumers watch out for when it comes to tax time scams?
Well, the other one that comes up that people should be aware of is email. Unsolicited email coming in saying that, we're with the IRS and you need to do the following. And the thing to remember there is that the IRS doesn't send email. They almost never use email. So, I mean, if you get an email from the IRS, if you get a phone call from the IRS, it's not the IRS.
This is so scary because I think people have this initial fear of the IRS anyways. You get a phone call from a mean-sounding guy like Pam was describing, and it
scares you.
It scares you. And then do they provide any alleged proof that they're tax collectors?
Oh, yeah. It's for a lot of people, it sounds like the IRS. I mean, they'll call and they'll say, my name is and my badge number is, and they'll give a fake badge number. And so it'll sound like the IRS. But the thing is, really, unless you owe over $200,000 and you have an IRS revenue officer specifically assigned to you, you're not going to get phone calls from the IRS.
Well, that's the best thing to keep in mind. You won't get an email, you won't get a phone call. So
that's correct. The only other thing I would add is for people to be fully informed is to make sure the IRS knows your address, because then, if you do have an issue, you'll get the mail.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's an important thing to do, and hopefully no one falls for the scam, and us pointing it out, we hope it helps some of our listeners as well. Thank you so very much for joining us this morning, John DiLucci. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.